Hello and welcome to Call the Wild Outdoors. We'll be live tonight doing a fishing report and we'll talk about some other things, obviously. Um, it's July 6th, 2023, and the fishing has finally picked up. I've got reports from all around the state, and we'll start covering some of those ones first. Over in Tawas, they're getting some walleye out in about 30 feet of water, crawler harnesses with night crawlers or leeches, and they're also trolling some planer boards with crankbaits on them. Key speed seems to be 1.9, 2.0 on the lures, and with the crawler harnesses 1.6. So they're dragging them a little bit slow. Expect to catch some perch. Moving on up to Oscoda, they're getting some lake trout out in 150 feet of water. Um, it's been years since I fished over there, but I believe that's about 3 miles out. Alpena, lake trout as well, a few salmon. Same with Rogers City. Sheboygan, they're going out. They're getting quite a few salmon, some pink salmon, an occasional lake trout. And Traverse Bay, the lake trout are on fire. Leland, coming out of Leland, fishing to the north of the Manitou Islands, they're getting some lake trout and some salmon. Right on down to south of the islands. If you're going out of Empire, Platte Bay, lake trout. If you get out of the bay and into the lake, you're going to pick up salmon and some lake trout. Detroit area, Detroit River, Lake St. Clair, and the northwestern part of Lake Erie, walleye, and some smallmouth bass. The muskie are starting to pick up in Lake St. Clair. I'm not sure if the season's even open for those guys yet or not. I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't muskie fished in years. St. Clair River up by Port Huron, Marysville, all the way down to Algonac, they're still getting lots of walleye. Um, the southern part of Lake Huron, where it comes into the St. Clair River, they're also getting walleye. They're getting some pink salmon and some Atlantic salmon. And that goes pretty much all the way with the walleye and the salmon mixed bag all the way up to Lexington. Lexington to Port Sanilac, lots of salmon and lake trout going on. Salmon all the way around the thumb, Port Austin. Saginaw Bay, they're getting walleye. All right, now let's talk about Frankfort. Frankfort, the fishing finally picked up a little bit. There is quite a few salmon out there. Fishing is a little better than fair to moderate. Best bite's coming first thing in the morning before light, or before sunrise, I should say. And then again in the evening. And then you're going to pick some up and get some bites before sundown. But from sundown until you really can't see anymore until the moon comes up, it's pretty much on fire. Now, the key to that is one day it's doing real good in the morning and very little at night. The next day, it's just the opposite. You're gonna struggle in the morning, but you can't. You got to beat them off the hook like I did Monday night with your net. Okay, I wasn't deliberately trying to beat them off the hook, but that's just the way it worked. I ended up knocking 3 fish off the rods or off my lures with the net Monday night. So I just used the expression I had to beat them off the hook with my net. Good evening, Pat. How you doing? Yeah, they're starting to show up. It's just going to get better from here on out. They're still getting some steelhead in close too. Um, all that area I was fishing, they're still getting an occasional steelhead. There's a few coho out there and some kings. The kings are all mixed sizes. And as long as we stay away from them stupid north winds, it's going to do nothing but heat up and get better. My surface temperature Monday night was 52 to 53 degrees. And I fished from 150 foot Well, I started out in about 70 feet, 60 or 70 feet, and trolled out to deeper water, fished around a little bit, got a couple of hits. And then after the sun went down, I did my normal routine of coming straight in toward the harbor, and I found the fish. But it was a good day. And like I said, the water temperature was 52 to 53 degrees, so it's looking a lot better out there now. Like I said, all we got to do is stay away from the north wind, and things will be good. Getting down to Manistee. Manistee's, depending on who you talk to, I've talked to 3 different people out of Manistee. 2 of them think it's excellent. One of them thinks it's just mediocre fishing down there. Either way, if you get out there and put in your time, you'll catch fish. And they're getting some nice kings down there, lake trout. Ludington, all the way up to Sable Point, they're getting a few salmon, a few steelhead, and the occasional lake trout. Lake trout seem to be suspended down there. They're more incidental catches than they are deliberately targeting them. And then from Ludington south, it's hit or miss. One port will be doing real well. The next port, they're struggling. So it's just the migration time of year, I guess. If you find bait fish, you're going to find salmon. That's pretty much how it was. Whenever I graphed some bait fish, it wasn't too long after that I'd find a little pot of salmon. And then if I found a big pot of bait fish, there was a lot of salmon and lake trout in it. And there was no rhyme or reason to the depth they were at. I was graphing bait fish from 2 feet under the surface all the way to the bottom, and temperature didn't seem to make a difference. The fish are just scattered all over the range. I ran my equipment basically 35 to 75 feet down, and I got hits on all my rods. And then toward the very end, I was running 22 to 25 down and still getting hits. So it's just, if you find bait fish and they're running at 30 feet, set a rod at 30 feet. If you find them at 50, set another rod at 50. And that's the best information I can tell you to do right now out there, because temperature don't seem to even be a factor out there right now. It's just wherever the bait fish are at, that's where the big ones are at. Now, greens were working okay, some blues, but my hottest spoon Monday night, I switched over and threw a slider down, and I ended up getting 5 different hits on that lure, and it was orange with a kind of a copperish back. So the oranges are still doing good. But basically, every lure I threw down Monday night, I at least had 1 hit on it, including my fly. Which reminds me, I got to tie some more flies up tonight if I'm going to troll any tomorrow, because that one I got is just getting so beat up. And then I picked up I did my little impulse buying thing that I'm so guilty of. I picked up a pop-up camper this week. I couldn't pass up the price on it, so I'll be doing a camping outing here shortly. I ordered new hubs, which I got tonight. I put them all together. I just got to put them on the camper. I'll do that tomorrow or tonight. I got new tires and rims coming for it. Those will be here tomorrow. And then I can assemble it and get in there. I've had it popped open once already, but with the tire going flat and not being able to stabilize it properly, I couldn't get it cleaned. So I'll get it cleaned out this weekend. Maybe next weekend I'll hit some camping on it. And I'm still looking for a crew for the Benzie Frenzy if anybody's interested in that. I need at least 2 more people. And the Benzie Frenzy is a salmon tournament out of Frankfurt Harbor area that is in mid to late August. It'll be some early morning fishing. I think you got to be off the water. I'll double check the rules tonight, but I think you got to be off the water at like 1:30 ish. And to save you money and motel hotel expenses, I can let you sleep in one of my campers. I got two different campers, so just get a hold of me if you're interested in doing that. Um, Call the Wild Outdoors 1 at gmail.com, or you can leave a message on one of my videos and I'll respond to you. So you been out fishing at all, Pat? Another thing I'd like to announce too is I got a new fishing contest going. It's free entry. Just take a picture of your fish with the date on it. Once I get 3 or 4 of them on there, I'll post them to my Facebook page and to my website. And the picture gets the most likes wins the prize. This time I'm giving out for a prize 3 of my custom flies for trolling. In the kids division, because let's face it, they're going to have very few chances to use a custom trolling fly, and I'll probably make the same deal for adults. Is I've got some various plugs, lures, there's minnow imitations, there's all kinds of stuff. They're not the best lures in the world, but they do catch fish. Um, and I'll give you a choice of the flies, or probably 4 of those lures. Oh, nice buy. That's a great buy, Pat. No, I wouldn't have passed on that either. Excuse me here for a second. I always check when I get a message coming in, um, just in case it's something with my dad. Um, I'll let everybody know what the cost is on the tournament, and basically, if I can get 4 guys, it'll be 1/4 the entry plus a little bit of gas. And if there's just 3 of us out there, to be 1/3 the entry, and of course the prize money when we win would be split evenly as well. So, and I believe the entry fee is just like $350 or something. Oh, I got another viewer. So 45 Dreamweavers, huh? Is that the lures or the boards? I'm gonna assume it's the lures. Either way, you got a hell of a buy there. Yeah, with that camper, I'm going to be pulling that down to Florida this winter. And I've got a friend that's going to camp with me, and we're going to go tour the Keys and do some other stuff. And they're going to show me around Florida, and we're going to put it on video so that everybody else can see the non-typical tourist attractions and things to do down there. 4 and 5 inch spoons, excellent, excellent. 45 of them at $7 a pop. You did real well. And you can never have enough spoons. Yeah, next time I get out to the boat, which I'm hoping is tomorrow night, I'll do another video. I got more batteries on order too, so that I can try and keep more of the fishing going instead of just trying to turn it on when I get a strike. Um, I'm still trying to figure out a way to keep power to that camera and still have it record, and I'm not having much luck with it. My son says it can be done. Excuse me. I guess I'm going to have to call him and get his expertise on it. So, but I'll show the orange lure that I had that was doing good, so that everybody can kind of see what it is. Because I'm horrible with the different names. Yeah, I mean, they come up with some weird names. I was dragging what they call a monkey puke around for a while. Um, actually had a hit on it. Why a fish would hit on something that blooming ugly is beyond me, but they did. But it's just one of those things. If I don't like it, I don't like dragging it, and I didn't like dragging it, so I changed it out. And what I changed it to was working a little better, anyways. So, and then people wonder why I pull the Dipsy just a little after sundown. As you can see, with my bad shoulder, I have a hard enough time netting fish that are on a spoon. There's no way I'll be able to net one with that long leader after the Dipsy, um, after dark, not being able to see. So that's why I pull it instead of getting frustrated or losing, $50 worth of gear on that one line if I screw up too bad. I just switch to a spoon, and you can see I still got lots of bites on that rod. So that's why I do that. If I got somebody else in the boat with me, I don't change it because I've caught lots of fish after dark on a Dipsy. Okay, see, I got some fishing report from Lake Huron, Pat, but nobody told me what colors anything was biting on. They just told me what fish were. I do know the harnesses. It was the chartreuse and an orange and black in Tawas Bay, but those are pretty much hot colors no matter where you fish for walleye. If if you had your choice of say two colors to drag, or if I had my choice of two colors to drag in an area I've never walleye fished that has walleye, it's going to be black with an orange blade, black beads, and chartreuse blade with yellow beads on it. And I guarantee you I will put fish in the cooler. There's days that the greens are hotter or blue and silver. Blue and silver always will pull fish too, but the problem with blue and silver, when you get into certain waters, Lake St. Clair, Lake Erie being prime example, is you're going to pull a lot of sheephead and a lot of perch on the blue and silver. The black and orange, you pull some perch, but not quite as many sheephead. You may catch one where the blue and silver will catch you 7 or 8. And with the price of crawlers, it gets expensive. So you just want to try and just drag what's going to pull your better eating fish. And sheephead are good eating as long as you keep them, 15 inches and under. But um, when I'm out for walleye, that's what I'm out for, is walleye or big perch. Atlantics and coho. Okay. I know the steelhead tend to like the orange too this time of year. Now here's something for you, Pat. I was informed uh, yesterday. Um, Guy pulled a steelhead over the 4th of July. Still spewing spawn, and it was not a Skamanian steelhead. This fish is so weird this year. Because I said, no, that's got to be a Skamanian. He swears to God it's not, that he knows the difference. And he physically watched it just spew and spawn. I'm going to say hello to Maddie if she's still watching. And let's see. Well, it's good that my chin's cut off because I got a double chin, anyways. I'm going to be going over, but probably when I do my camping show, I'm going to be going over to my son's house over in Wisconsin as well. And he's got a webcam for me that should do better than this camera that's built into this laptop that I'm using. So hopefully that'll change things. And I picked up 10 new subscribers this week. So if any of you are watching that, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're on our way to being able to do live shows from out on the boat. So I think that'll be a lot of fun doing a live show right from the boat. Now, have you been out for any of them Atlantics or Cohos, Pat? There's such a delay here between what I'm actually doing because I got a little mini screen off in the corner and I can see stuff I've did 15 seconds ago. It kind of throws me off. I got to find a way to shut that down so I can't see it. And then it's the same thing with the chat. There's quite a delay. So also I'm going to be selling a 23-foot Penyan. It's basically the hull design is the exact hull of Night Moves. The only difference is this one's got a soft top on it instead of a flying bridge with a hard top. Interior set up a little bit different, but it's still got the 9.5-foot beam. It's going to come with 3 downriggers for sure. I might add a 4th, 4 fishing rods, a box of spoons. The boat has a refrigerator on it, an onboard battery charger, dual batteries, radio, graph. It has what they call a rocket launcher with a whole ton of rod holders on it, 2 planer board reels, and it's got the small cabin that will sleep, 2 or 3 people on it. So if anybody's interested in that, they can let me know. They'll get first dibs on it before I actually physically put it up. So, and that's a proven salmon getting boat as well. It's got a 360 Chrysler inboard. It's tunnel drive. The top's in pretty good shape. And gets about the same. It's got twin tanks on it. It gets about the same fuel economy mine does. So, an evening out fishing from say 6 o'clock to 11 at night, running out 3 or 4 miles, and then your typical trolling up and down to the point and back. You get it twice in an evening, and then a run back in. You're gonna use about $25 worth of gas, maybe 30 at the most. And that's on the water prices, which were $5 a gallon Tuesday when I filled back up on my other boat. So you're talking 5 or 6 gallons. That's not bad for that kind of fishing. I've burnt more than that in outboard powered boats. Yep, you have a great evening too, Pat. I'm gonna be closing her up here in a second anyway. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you. And I'm also working on a new room to do my live shows out of. Um, just right now working with lighting and finish cleaning it up and then getting a desk to mount my computer stuff. So that's things in the happening right now. And You can stay up on certain things too by going to the website at callthewildoutdoors.com or my Facebook page at COTW Outdoors Facebook. So let's see here. All right. Well, good night, Maddie. Apparently, she can't chat unless she starts a channel. So she's been messaging me, but I'll have to figure out why. Unless it's just because I ain't got enough viewers. But hope everybody has a good week. And like I said, I will be trying to get out fishing tomorrow after work so that I can do another fresh report and get another video posted on Saturday. And I want to do a morning fishing, but I got to be able to get my lazy butt out of bed in the morning. And Monday night just didn't work out. By the time I got the video up and on and everything else, it was 3:30 in the morning and trying to get up at 4, and it just didn't work out for me. So we'll see about this weekend and try and get some early morning footage. But we're going to go ahead and call it a night. And I wish everybody tight lines this weekend. Stay safe out there. There's still a lot of people partying and not paying attention to what they're doing. So if you can, stay away from the boat crowds. You don't have to be in the crowds of boats to catch fish. I proved that Monday night. And always remember that the basic pattern from Frankfurt Harbor north to the Betsy Lighthouse is trolling north and south, not east and west. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I got another user here, Sue, that she can chat here, and she don't have a channel, so it's probably my other friend's settings, and I'll have to go through her settings with her. But that's good to know. So I know it's nothing on my end. You gonna be up for fishing this weekend, Sue? Yeah, I can, because of the delay, I can find out from you in text. I'm gonna go ahead and close this down for the night. So everybody, tight lines. Good luck fishing out there, and stay safe.